Craig says, threats are not speech, has threatening energy. President Brandon says, here, let's see what he had to say after this like incredibly boring fucking speech that put me to sleep multiple times over.
He looks asleep.
Yeah.
On everyone, no matter.
God, he sucks so bad, dude. It's just like so whack. It's just why, I mean, he's just not even entertaining, and he has the capacity to be.
Yeah.
Just let him out. Let him out of his shell. Like when he fell from that bike, like it was
great.
a human moment, you know?
No matter how deeply they care about this decision, to keep all protests peaceful.
At a time when like there's so much momentum around like, this completely horrific, unjustifiable, monstrous action from the fucking Republican Party and all of its like institutions and all its organizations that have been like waiting for this moment. I love that the first thing you think of is like, hey, make sure you're not getting crazy out there, Jack.
Don't get too wild.
Yeah.
Peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. No intimidation. Violence is never acceptable. Threats and intimidation are not speech. We must stand against violence in any form.
It's so funny because they just know. They know how fucked up this is. Okay? They know how incredibly fucked up this is. They know what kind of retaliation is going to happen. So that's also part of the reason why they're like, beefing up the fucking riot cops all over DC. And it's great. It's wonderful that like their first thing is like, oh my God, please don't do anything violent. Okay, please. Why? Because they just want you to, they just want you to fucking shut the fuck up and take it down and, take it sitting. They can, because what is the Supreme Court's action in this circumstance, if not violent? And that's the fundamental problem that I try to describe to people all the fucking time. And yet for some reason, it's impossible to get it through people's heads that like violence is a constant state of politics. As a matter of fact, one could say that a big chunk of politics is about who gets to do the violence. When the state gets to do the violence, it's totally seen as appropriate. That's why in protests, for example, when cops brutalize protesters and like kick a fucking, throw tear gas canisters at protesters, that's not considered violent action. That's just the police doing what their job is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But when you kick the can back at the cops or when you leaf blow at the cops, then it's considered violent action. This is exactly what happened during the Black Lives Matter protests all around the country, where they criminally charged people for using a leaf blower to blow the tear gas back at the cops. They were like, this is lethal gas. It's like, motherfucker, what do you mean?
I didn't even know about that. That's insane.
And that is the main difference here is like politics is all about who gets to have access to the resources, resource distribution, who gets to make those decisions, and who gets to be violent. And so this Supreme Court decision is inherently a violent one. There is no other way to describe it other than this is extremely and profoundly violent, considering that you are denying someone a medical right, a medical procedure that they should be able to get, right? Yeah. So any kind of retaliation in that respect, of course, is going to do their law enforcement. You should respect them. I love it, dude. I don't just respect them. I suck them off. Every time. The only time I take a knee is when I'm sucking off a hero cop.
That's what fuck the police means.
Yeah. Fuck and suck the police. That's me. Anyway, so it is really frustrating that they're genuinely fearful.
Yeah.
Regardless of your rationale. I call on everyone, no matter.
I love this immediately. Or when they use bricks to break windows and steal, it's like, yeah, dude, when a cop does civil assets forfeiture, okay, when a cop stops you under the suspicion, very little probable cause is necessary anyway. When they stop you and say, oh, well, I think you're smoking weed. Oh, you're not going to let me into your car? I'm going to fucking bring the canine unit here and jam you up for the whole fucking day. Don't matter if you're going to work. When a cop does a routine stop like that and takes the fucking money out of your pockets, that's not considered theft. Because again, cops are supposed to do that. That's their job. It's within their legal purview. It's completely acceptable. But when you do that, when you are, or wage theft is another great example of that, actually, as a matter of fact. Your wages, you are owed wages. There's billions of dollars in wage theft that occur every fucking year in this country. Corporations are collectively engaging in such actions. That's not considered to be theft. That's not considered to be stealing. That's normal, because no one is fucking punishing. No one is punishing these people. And the irony there is, again, that's not seen as like theft. It's only theft if you do it individually.
Yeah.
Fucked up. Anyway, so that's where we're at with Roe v. Wade and Joe Brandon. Let's see what else is going on.
This is how it will actually affect you, no matter how or where you are watching right now. 13 states have these so-called trigger laws in place for this very circumstance of Roe being overturned, meaning laws that go into effect very quickly now to ban abortion, according to the abortion rights group, the Guttmacher Institute. For example, in Kentucky, Louisiana, and South Dakota, it happens immediately, meaning if you had an appointment this morning at 8 for this procedure, you could go through with it. From here on out, no, you cannot, according to what their law has planned there. Then we move to a second group, the next level, abortion bans to be enforced 30 days after Roe is overturned. That includes Idaho, Texas, and Tennessee. And then come a half dozen states where officials would need to certify their legislation is legally valid before their bans will kick in. That includes North Dakota, Wyoming, Utah, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Mississippi. Now, this could be incredibly quick, or it could take maybe a few days, according to Guttmacher, so they could, in effect, be immediate or a couple of days. And finally, we add in the states that have old, unenforced abortion bans, which could now be enforced, and those that passed bans under Roe, which were blocked by courts. Altogether, you get a whopping 26 states certain or likely to ban abortion, and that's compared to just 16 states and D.C. with laws to protect abortion rights, states which even now are preparing for an influx of patients crossing state lines
like
seeking
New Mexico.
care.
New Mexico's sitting between Arizona and Texas. So New Mexico is like gearing up for potentially like an onslaught of people that are seeking this, this medical procedure.
Yeah.
And it's just so fucked up, dude. It is so
chaotic. Everybody trying to like, and it's just, it shouldn't. Yeah, we're gonna say.
Well, the thing I was gonna say is like, you're already like, first of all, you're already stopping a fuckload of people from getting this procedure by immediately fucking criminalizing it in your state, right? Even in these states, we've already had trap laws and numerous other red tape and bureaucratic procedures that already made it so fucking hard to get an abortion because like there's only one maintaining clinic in the fucking entire state. Like in, I think in Mississippi, there was only like one state, or Alabama, there was only one abortion clinic. And not only that, but they also had like numerous other planned like family crisis counseling centers. Which are fake abortion clinics that make it seem like they offer reproductive health care services. But it's just to like literally stop you from getting an abortion. It's like really psychotic freak shit.
I mean, that should be illegal. The fact that you can just mislead people into thinking that they're going to get counseling when it's just talking you out of getting an abortion.
Yeah, Missouri had only one abortion clinic, and they were like, no, even then it's like too much. We really need to fucking stop that, right? And it's just, fuck. It's just really fucked up. And for no reason other than just like, just to really stick it to people. That's it.
Imagine what it will be like in Illinois, where it's surrounded on all sides with states that that either have already or very quickly will ban abortion. So what is the severity of these bans? What are we looking at here? Missouri has eyes.
If you're against the DA, why are you against overturning Roe v. Wade? I'm federally against banning drugs and letting go states decide. Brother, are you fucking stupid? Like, there are obviously going to be certain measures that the federal government is supposed to control. Voting Rights Act, for example, is another great fucking thing that the federal government is supposed to control. You want to know why? Because these dumb motherfuckers in red states, the dumb politicians in red states act up, okay? They can't fucking hold themselves. They can't. They can't stop themselves from being racist as fuck. They can't stop themselves from harming women with their fucking policies. They can't stop themselves from harming marginalized people with their fucking policies. So the federal government has to kick in. Obviously, decriminalization should occur, and as a matter of fact, it should be at the federal level and not led to the goddamn states. But this is psychotic. You would never feel this way about any other medical procedure. You would never turn around and be like, you know what? I think states should be able to decide whether or not people who have diabetes should get insulin. You know what I mean? That's not something that's ever going to happen. You can't fucking do that. That would be insane, right? I mean, of course, we already ration insulin by who can pay for it. Yeah. But outside of that, I mean.
Yeah.
And yet, but because this comes down to like mostly women being impacted, we can make these kinds of decisions because no one gives a shit. Or at least the people that are in positions of power don't give a shit enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is on targeting even non-residents. If you were to pass through and conceive a child, they would continue on that with if you got an abortion elsewhere. So the laws are very severe, big steps out here that affect every community.
So Elliot, I want to read.
Dude, this is my favorite. Look at the duality of chat. Hold on. Where is it? Someone immediately, when I said mostly women, someone immediately chimed in and said, mostly women, you should say people who can have abortion, people with uteruses, not just women. Okay, I already said mostly women.
Yeah.
And then this is the person that said mostly and highlighted it. Like both of these people, okay, this person is pro-trans, this person is anti-trans, okay?
Okay.
Both of those people are operating at the same wavelength though. They're both narcissistic and they both just want to fucking derail the conversation and center it around themselves, okay? It's so fucking stupid. Shut the fuck up. I already covered all the bases, dumbass, okay? Shut your stupid fucking mouth. It's just, the two genders, okay?
I don't even know how you catch some of these messages to check.
I just read, I have brain disease.